to transfer me to the women's correctional in the dead of the night. I mean, bakit ganun? Wala na bang rights yung mga tao? They just go to your room and then just get... Wala, bakit I don't understand. I don't
Ma'am, okay
understand.
lang po kayo ng questions from media?
Can I have tissue? Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, I know it's the middle of the night, but I'm so scared.
Yeah, I do understand, ma'am.
I'm just
Fred,
scared.
do you have question?
Ma'am, good morning po, ma'am. Ma'am, I hope I don't mind pero why do you think po bigla kayong pinalipat bigla sa correctional, ma'am? Do you think po ba it's because of the presence of the Vice President there? Parang do you think po ba na gusto kayong paghiwalayin ni VP Inday kasi I know that you have a close working relationship with the Vice President. So, why do you think bigla kayong pinalipat sa correctional, ma'am?
I really don't know. All I know is that I am not an accused of any crime. I am just a person detained here for 5 days until the hearing ng Monday. I have been trying to cooperate to the very best of my ability, so I do not understand why they just go to your room, get your phones, and then just tell you that they will move you to a women's correctional at 12 o'clock. Meron pa bang batas yan? Don't people get rights anymore? I am a person, I'm trying to cooperate. But they just move me there. Alam naman nila I am a chronic back concern. Tapos kanina pinayagan ako ni Chairman Chua dun sa mga request ko, and then suddenly they change everything and then they come up with an order when they were not able to rule on my MR to transfer. Why? I don't understand. I did not do anything.
Ma'am, this is my last question and I'm very much sorry I'm sorry ma'am kasi I understand your situation right now. Pero ma'am, kasi po ma'am, ang ano na lang po siguro ang inyong next steps after this order. Are you going to file, are you going to trigger na po ba ma'am the filing?
I am not leaving this room. I am a detainee here in the House of Representatives detention facility for 5 days until the hearing on Monday. Nobody can just come in here and demand to transfer me in the middle of the night. I have my rights. I am
Okay,
not
ma'am.
accused of any crime. I am not leaving this room.
Okay po ma'am. Yun lang po ma'am. Thank you po ma'am.
Okay. Any other question? Sino to? Dempsey, are you there?
Trixie.
Oh no,
Ay, hello.
Jason muna.
Sige, si Jason muna. Okay.
Jason, SMNI.
Hi, Attorney. Good morning po. Attorney, if worst case scenario po, pinilit po kayo nila na ilabas po at i-transfer doon sa correctional, ano po ang magiging gagawin niyo, and will you consider po filing a case against sa mga tao na nasa likod dito?
Yes, because if this is already abuse, and this is really abuse of power already. I am here as a detainee of the House, and that was the order that I read, that was read to me. So I am not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere.
Ma'am, sa ngayon po ba alam na po ni VP Sara yung sitwasyon po, yung nangyayari po sa... And what was her reaction po? Ano po yung...
Tinawag ko po siya, and she's standing as my lawyer now. And I'm not leaving this room. I am not leaving this room. I call her, she's standing in as my lawyer pro bono. Because this is not correct. People have rights in this country. I have a right. And they should respect that.
Jason,
Try to cooperate. I tried my best to cooperate. But this is what they do to you. And this is not correct. Sorry. Sorry. I'm just worried about my family. They just take you away in the middle of the night. When the more decent thing to do was diba, to like tell you like during business hours. What do they want? They just want you to go with you? They just want them to sumama ka na lang? Then they will do what they want with you? Tama ba yan? Don't people have rights in this country? Don't understand. I really don't understand. It's so...
Jason, do you have follow-up?
Okay na ako, Sir Jace. Thank you po.
Any other from the OVP? Dempsey, Inquirer, do
JC,
you have
ma'am, good morning, I guess. Tanong ko lang, ma'am, tama ba siya, 9 na tao ang pumasok dyan sa detention cell nyo at 12 midnight?
Pumasok
Okay.
sila. And then when they
Okay.
were reading, sabi ko, bakit? Gabi na, oras na nang matutulog kami. And I said, they just want to read me something. And I said, no, you cannot. Kasi patulog na kami. It's already 12 o'clock in the evening. And then pumasok na sila one by one. Isa may camera, isa yung parang taga-sergeant at arms. And then iba may mga police, male and female. I'm not sure if it's 9, but it's certainly more than me. I am just by myself with my companion here. And then, I don't understand. Parang ganun ba yun? Ganun ba ang nangyayari sa bansa natin? They just parang badger and go to your room and then demand you to go with them? What if I didn't know that I had to get a lawyer? So I demanded, I said, I am not leaving this room until my lawyer comes. But they were insistent. Sinabi nila sila daw yung lawyer. Sumama daw kami. They can process the entire thing on the way from here to Mandaluyong. I don't trust these people because they do not respect my rights. What kind of
Okay.
country is this?
Follow up lang, ma'am. Were you able to communicate now with
Sa
the
bansang ganito, di ba? Ang mga
Okay.
ordinaryong tao, they just treat like that. That is not correct.
Okay. Follow up lang, ma'am. Were you able to or anyone from your party were able to communicate with Congressman Joel Chua, the chairperson? I mean, siya yung signatory, I believe, doon sa order na yon. Kay
Yes,
Congressman
I-
Joel Chua, ma'am. Yes, apo. Were you able to communicate with them or anyone from his office?
No, not yet because I got really scared. Kasi I think anytime now they will parang break this door and just take me away.
guys, let me break this lang kakatingin mo lang ng mga media friends sa labas. Lockdown ng HOR, ayaw magpapasok ng media.
Kind of country is this ba? I am just a regular government employee. All these years. Nagtatrabaho lang naman po ako. They don't even respect your rights. I do not understand. What kind of country is this? I'm so scared because I'm sure they're going to break that door anytime now. Alam nyo, ginawa ko, tilagay ko yung katre, yung double deck na bed, pinush ko sa door para hindi sila makapasok. I'm so scared. I came back from the US. I attended that hearing in good faith. I answered all their questions. Hindi ako nanggulo. I think I was very, respectful in answering all their questions to the very best of my ability. Ang sabi nila sa akin, mag-MR lang daw ako, which I did. It's my right. Ang sinabi ko, na parang talaga naman I really answered to the best of my ability and I attended that in good faith. And they said, mag-MR ka, we will let you go. So we filed our MR. They did not rule on it, but suddenly they were able to come out with an order ruling to transfer me to the Women's Correctional.
Z, sabihin mo kung ano sinabi nila sa iyo. Para ma-delete yung contempt. Di ba? Sinabi nila sa iyo, ilip namin yung contempt kung i-produce mo yung akas.
Sabi nila sa akin, if you notice, if you were in the hearing, di ba, sinuspend po ng Chairman Chua yung session. Tapos, nung sinight na po ako ni Congressman Castro in contempt, then after that, nag-rule sila. Tapos, and then sinuspend niya. Tapos, lumapit po sila, nag-huddle sila, and then they called my lawyer, and then told him na kausapin ko. So, lumapit ako, and I really apologize. I said, that letter to the Commission on Audit was really a position of the agency. It is our stand. Like all, di ba? Like, meron kang points na gusto mo i-raise. We respectfully parang raised our points to the Commission on Audit. Alam ko, hindi naman po yung mali kasi that was our right as an agency. Because there was an ongoing audit investigation. Pero hindi naman namin kinukuha yung right ng COA to decide on the matter. But even if sinabi ko, alam ko hindi po mali yun. They said na parang we were, trying to undermine. So I apologize. And I also gave an apology to Congressman Castro. But they said, sabi nila sa akin, alam mo, i-produce mo na lang yung apat. I-produce mo yung apat. So they said, Congressman, hindi naman po ang pag-attend po ng hearing is a personal choice. I will only do my best. And then they said na parang, no, para ano ka pa naging chief of staff kung hindi mo naman kaya i-produce yan? I-produce mo sila. And I said, may rights din naman po yung mga tao, di ba? I can only, as chief of staff, tell them, go. Diba, go. But if ayaw po nilang sumama, I do not have that power over them because people have rights if they want to, join a hearing or not. But that's what they said. Tapos and then, yun yung sinabi ko because I really cannot commit to make them attend because it's a personal choice. Like me, I chose to come back and attend. Diba? So, and then after that, nag-public apology na ako before the session was like, di ba, suspended. Nag-public apology din ako kay Congressman Castro and I made it, parang I raised again to please lift that order because wala naman talaga intention ng Office of the Vice President, to undermine either the Commission on Audit or the House of Representatives in their powers. That was not the point. But nung nilalabas na po ako, hunabol na naman nila. Hinabol nila kami and then they said, i-produce mo yung apat. I-produce mo yung apat. But I cannot do that. People have rights. Diba? I cannot decide for other people what they want to do. Yun lang yun sa akin. This is what they do to you. In the middle of the night, they just move you out of nowhere. How can I produce people, diba? How can I do that? I can only produce myself, in which I have done. Sorry. Hindi ko na alam ano nangyayari sa bansa na to. Wala sa batas.
OVP Media, are you still there? Anyone na gusto ko magtanong kay ma'am?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am? Ma'am Red Mendoza po ulit from Manila Times. Ma'am, sorry, I know you're very much ngayon in a very emotional mood right now. Pero ma'am, I want to ask lang po, do you think po ba na the order to move you to correctional was yun nga po, I like to reiterate this again kasi kanina po nandyan po sa house si Kong Joel, si SAA Naptaas, and also so do you think po ba nangyari po itong decision na to while they were at the House of Representatives at talking to media na pakiramdam nila would na baka dahil nga the vice president is there, she's high security risk, it's now time to move you out of to correctional para mawala si VP dyan sa house?
No, I am not part of this, political thing. I am not. I'm just a regular government employee. Really, I do not understand that entire, gamut of whatever it is that is happening politically. I don't. I'm just the worker in the office of the vice president. So I don't know why they're doing this to me. I don't know.
Yes.
Empleyado
Yun lang
ako.
po, ma'am.
Hindi ko
Yun lang po,
alam.
ma'am. Yun lang po, ma'am.
Ay, hello, pwede po magtanong. Bonds from Rappler. Ma'am, Zuleika, ask ko lang po, so what's going to happen next? Sasama po ba kayo? Ano po ba yung pwedeng abangan or mangyayari dito sa ginagawang ng mga PNP personnel outside your detention facility?
I am not leaving my room. I am not. I am a detainee here at the House of Representatives. I am not an accused. I am not an accused na pupunta sa isang jail facility. I am not an accused. I have my rights. I have my rights. I am not moving. I am not leaving this room. I am not.
Ma'am, JC here. May circulating ngayon na documents na on your transfer. Can you confirm that? Pinakita ba po ba sa inyo yun?
I gave it to my lawyer. They gave it to my lawyer.
Ma'am, sorry, your lawyer is the vice president, ma'am. Tama po ba?
Yes, nandito po siya. And I also have a private lawyer. I think he arrived na. He's also outside.
Ma'am, to
I'm
clarify
not
po, ma'am, nandyan po si
leaving.
vice president, ma'am, no? Nandyan po sa tabi ninyo si vice president.
Yes, I called her. I called her kasi they just barged in eh. Pumasok lang talaga sila. Nakikita niyo ba yung katre dun sa likod ko? Pinush ko po yan para hindi sila makapasok. Kasi I told them, I want my lawyers. I am not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. And then I told them to get out of this room. Because as a detainee of this facility, this is my space. And then when they left, I pushed that. Look at that. I pushed that by myself. I have a chronic backache. Because I am so scared. Malito eh. People have rights in this country.
Okay po, ma'am.
JC, I have a question. Is it okay to ask a question? This is Anna.
Sino po ito?
Si Anna po. Si Anna po ito. Oo.
Yes
Anna
po, sige.
Marinduque,
Yes po.
Manila Times columnist po. Okay.
Yes,
Ang
you
tanong
can
ko
proceed,
po-
ma'am.
Opo, ang tanong ko po kay Attorney Laika, what's your appeal to Congressman Chua? And then, that's one question unto the speaker. Kasi sila naman talaga ang ano dito eh, ang kung tutuusin sa kanila yung mga utos ng gagaling eh. On the other hand po, another question din dito sa chat group is what legal remedies can be done po sa tingin ninyo? Kung mayroon pa, kasi given the situation, parang wala nang batas na umiiral eh. Yun po yung tanong ko po, ma'am. Maraming salamat po. Salamat, JC.
Ang sa akin lang, please respect my rights as a person, as a Filipino in this country. I am not an accused. I was given and served that order for detention here in HOR. Hindi ko na alam ano yung ways forward kasi parang wala nang batas sa bansang ito. Wala na. Kahit ano na lang pwede, paiba-iba. Tapos isi-serve nila sa'yo in the middle of the night. What is that? Is that even right? Wala na pong batas, ma'am. Wala na pong batas sa bansang ito.
Opo, maraming salamat, Attorney Laika.
Ma'am Ana, Ma'am Ana,
Stay strong po.
Ma'am Ana,
Opo.
Ma'am Ana. I
Opo,
was
opo.
just informed by the OVP Legal, nasa labas po sila ng HOR gate, pero ayaw din silang papasukin.
Oh my. Oo.
Sabi namin PNP sa labas, I'm sure they're just going to break down that door.
Hmm.
They're all outside, but I'm not leaving this room. I am not. I am not leaving this room. I have my rights. I am not leaving this room.
Hello, good morning from Canada. Pwedeng magtanong?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Sir GC, salamat. Salamat din kay Doc Lauren Badoy na binigyan ako ng link. Attorney, bakit biglaan yung desisyon na yan na ilipat ka? Anong nag-trigger talaga?
Hindi ko po alam. Hindi ko po alam.
Okay.
Hindi ko po alam, sir. I cannot answer. I just know that I was served that in the middle of the night. They demanded to get my phone. We don't have a phone. That's why we're calling from this laptop, like the Viber. We're calling the lawyer from here.
Mhm.
Because I don't have a phone to contact anyone.
My God.
I mean, why would they do that to you, di ba? Am I like an accused? Did I, murder anyone? I'm just a regular government employee. I don't understand.
Thank you, attorney. Nandito lang kami, attorney, sa Montreal. Nag-aabang kami, nagbabantay. Kahit nasa malayo kami.
Thank you.
JC, may I ask if I may? Si Mika.
Jason? Mika Reuters. Yes, go. You can go, Mika.
Good morning, attorney. Very sorry to hear about your ordeal, no? And I hope things get better on your end. Attorney, we just wanted to get our facts straight, no? So, I understand my question will involve reliving what you went through, but just so we can accurately report what exactly happened. So, can you narrate to us, like what time did these people arrive? What did they read to you? Kasi you mentioned kanina they read something which you did not want to read, and what exactly did they take from you aside from your cell phone, or is it just your cell phone, and how are you able to access the internet at this point? Thank you.
What happened was, nakapajama na kami because we are going to sleep. We're going to sleep and our light is already closed. Like this, dark. And then they like that on your door. Like back, and then this entered. Because in this facility, the lock is outside. I mean, people can just go back. That's what they did. They ran in, but it was just not one person, which is the usual. Like, for example, ma'am, nandito na po yung pagkain nyo. It was not like that. So we were parang surprised. What's that about? Kasi matutulog na kami, di ba? Tapos yun, suddenly they all came in, PNP, and then some other person in parang uniform. Lahat-lahat po sila dumating. And then they said they want to read me an order. And I said, I don't understand. When I came in, nag-read na po kayo ng order. What order is this? And then she said, allow me to read it to you. And then binabasa niya, pero tinignan ko na yung order sa baba. Ay, nakalagay doon transfer to Women's Correctional. So I said, I'm not going anywhere. I need my lawyers now. And then he said, no, there is no need for a lawyer. There's no need kasi we are just doing our job and to serve this. We're just doing this to serve. Yeah, and then they said na parang, tsaka, why will you need your lawyer? Nandito ba yung lawyer mo? Sabi ko, hindi, wala. Gusto ko yung lawyer ko. Sabi niya, meron kaming lawyer, ito na lang ang lawyer mo. Parang, no, that is not my counsel of choice. Why would you impose that lawyer on me? I want my lawyer. Then he said, then I kept on saying to them that I have my rights as a detainee in this facility. Respect that. And then I told them to go out, but they said no. And then they started ganging up. Alam mo po yung feeling na, alam mo yun, mag-isa ka lang, tapos nakapajama ka, tapos yung mga tao lalapit na lang sa'yo. Parang hindi ko alam kung bigla ka na lang, alam mo yun, sakalin or barilin, that thing in your head. They did that. And then I stood up and said, I'm not leaving this room. I have my rights. And then I pushed them back and then I said, get out, get out. And then they went, then they kept on saying na parang so many other things. They're just serving this, doing their job. It was an order, blah, blah, blah. I didn't anymore. I just told them to step out of my room because as a detainee of this facility, this is my area. Do not come in. Tapos the moment they came, when they went out, I already pushed that by myself. That you see that bed? I pushed that all the way to the door para they cannot go in. Yun. And then I called the vice president because she was here. And then she came, after a while, she came and then pumasok na kami sa room. And hindi ako lalabas. Hindi ako lalabas.
Ace, pwedeng magtanong?
And sorry, just
Sir.
very quickly, Jason, if I may. no?
Sorry. Go ahead.
So after you pushed back, attorney, they left the room, no? Tama ba? Did they appreciate that that detail accurately?
Oh, because I think alam din naman nila na mali yung ginagawa nila. You don't serve people in the dead of the night. What is that? You serve, di ba, official business hours. Because hindi naman po ako criminal eh. I am not a criminal. I am already here in their facility. I have assured them already that I will attend their hearing on Monday. So why will they treat me like that? So that's why I said, I want my lawyers. I want my lawyers. I don't need my glasses.
Attorney?
Last my end, JC, if I may, no.
Jason, follow up?
Attorney, just for our understanding, no, and just for appreciation also, for the record, what are exactly your job description, or what is your job, or what are the key things that you do as Chief of Staff of the Vice President? Ma'am, you're muted.
I don't understand. Di ba, kanina I said na parang when they issued that order of contempt, ang sabi nila sa akin was that you just file an MR, a motion for reconsideration. So minamadali namin yun kasi alam namin walang opisina ang House of Representatives pag Friday. So nung Wednesday ba ako? Wednesday, nag-file na kami agad. No Thursday, first thing. And I waited and waited for them parang to rule on my MR. But they never did. Tapos kanina, on a Friday, when there is no office, there is no business office at time in the House of Representatives, they issue an order transferring me. And then suddenly, they serve it like in the middle of the night. Oh, what does that tell you? Diba? Paano sila nakaka-rule on may transfer, hindi man nila na-rule yung aking motion for reconsideration. That's why I said, hindi ako sasama. Hindi, mali ito. May rights ako. I'm not going anywhere. They cannot just do that to people ba? We are just ordinary people working for the government. Diba? We just do our best. every day to work for a better country. Tapos ganito, that's what they treat us. That's how they treat you. Bakit naman ganyan? Anong klaseng, wala nang batas, wala na, there's nothing in this country. Wala na pong batas na nag-work. No.
Case, pwedeng magtanong.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Jason.
Next question, please.
Yes, Attorney, do you consider this po, itong nangyayari po sa inyo ngayon as an injustice? Do you consider your situation as a form of harassment? And my follow-up question po, Attorney, sa nangyayari po ngayon, sa ginagawa po sa Office of the Vice President, can we still trust this government?
And, is it on mute? Is it on mute? No.
Can you hear us
No.
po?
You're online,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Alam mo, I would not have pushed that bed by myself if I did not feel that I was being threatened. My life is being threatened. Alam niyo, I'm sure you saw in the hearing that my back hurts. I cannot parang lift heavy things. I cannot. But dahil natakot ako, I feared for my life. I really pushed that by myself. Because hindi lang to harassment. This is really a threat to my life. They gang up on you in the middle of the night? Huh? How is that not? Isn't that a threat to my life? Alam nila that I'm sick. I have said that repeatedly when their doctor came here. And they bring 9, 10 people to serve you in the middle of the night in your pajamas. This is a threat to my life. It's not harassment.
Yes, ma'am, we feel you. That's what they did po sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ. But my follow-up question, ma'am, can we still trust this government sa nangyayari po ngayon sa OVP, sa ginagawa po nila against the Office of the Vice President? Can we still trust this government?
Wala nang batas sa bansang ito. Wala na pong batas. Kawawa naman po ang Pilipino.
Ouch.
Sorry. Ayoko na. Masakit na ang likod ko. Ayoko na. Ayoko na. Jay.
I hope pwede tayo magtanong, ano? Nag-message ako, Pri.
Mag-rest ka na. And then, nasaan na yung Dr. Nix?
I called a ambulance. Ito na ambulance ko. Ayaw na tayo papasukin.
Yeah, pumasok ako.
Maybe you can record the whole thing. Yeah, there's an ambulance here right now. Yeah.
Pumasok ako sa Zoom meeting eh. Pero,
Ian, videoan mo,
Hi.
ayaw papasukin yung ambulance siya.
She cannot do it anymore. I think kukolapse na ata ito. I've never seen her cry like that. Sa tagal-tagal
Ma'am?
namin.
Ma'am?
Hi, ma'am.
Red po. Ma'am?
Mamatake. Ngayong gabi.
Red, excuse me, can we give chances to others muna? Okay, maybe
Who's
Ticket
Ray
ko muna
Salita? After Ray, can we please have Maharlika after Ray? Okay, Mr. Ray Salita, please.
Ma'am, Ma'am, can I interrupt for a while? Kasi po nandito na po yung ambulance sa North Gate, pero ayaw siya papasukin ng HOR. Sir.
Ito yung doktor. Kasi she's hysterical. Hindi namin siya makontrol. Kanina pa yung iyak ng iyak dito.
Buhay ng client yan. Alam po may health care, pero buhay niya. May ambulance na please. Sir, ayun po may rules. May rules ba sa emergency?
Hindi ko maintindihan ba? Mga government employee, walang puntahan. Ano na lang yung mga tao dyan sa daan? Yung mga tao na walang kilalang vice president, walang kilalang politiko. Saan sila papunta?
Sir, buhay po ng naka-zoom kasi ako, naka-live na Zoom yung ano ko.
Okay. So, she seem consolable. Can I just, moderate? JC, ako na lang mag-moderate. You can hear me, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Jason, you're raising your hand.
Yes, ma'am. May question po. Sa nangyayari
Yes.
po ngayon dito po sa Office of the Vice President at ngayon tinap na po nila yung mga kapulisan. Can we still trust this government, ma'am?
Sinabi na yun ako nagpe-preside.
Okay. Yes, sinabi ko na yan noong press con ko, di ba? Don't recognize anybody above me. Lagi nilang sinasabi disrespectful kami. Di ba? Sila yung disrespectful sa opisina ng Vice President. Kung ano yung ginagawa nila sa amin, yun lang din yung ginagawa namin sa kanila. Diba? Nagagawa ko yun. Kasi Vice President ako. Pero isipin nyo, yung ordinaryong mamamayan. Magagawa ba nila yon? Hindi. Tumatahimik na lang, tumitiklop na lang. Look at Secretary Harry Roque.
Yeah.
Ayaw umalis noon sa bansa. Kasi yung mga anak niya maiiwanan. Pero look at him. Umalis na lang. But no. Hindi. Bastos sila. Bastos din kami. Okay. Yes, Red. You're raising your hand.
Ay, ma'am, good morning po ma'am. Sorry to ask this question kasi of course after this po ma'am magkakaroon na naman po ng statement yung mga congressman natin, Yanggun, sasabihin nila it's all drama and all. Ay siguro ma'am agahan niyo na po siguro i-rejoinder sa kanila kasi I know na after this, ma'am, magkakaroon na naman po sila ng statement, parang babaligtad nila yung sitwasyon at babaligtad nila yung opisina ninyo, ma'am. Siguro that's for me, for my end dito, for my
Asan
last
yung
question. na po
nagtataas
for
ng
today.
kamay na icon? Hindi ko
Okay.
makita. Ay, sorry.
Hold on na. Okay. Yes. Kasi ganito yan. Alam natin lahat, di ba? Sobra kahayahay ang House of Representatives. Wala yan silang trabaho ng Friday. In fact, inaantay namin ang request, ang MR ni Attorney Lopez. Sandali, kumakatok.
Maharlika, nakita mo na?
Yeah, can I ask something?
You saw the ano, nasa
Yeah.
yung heart
Si
react.
Nicole?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Siguro,
Excuse me po.
ititake ko na yung opportunity habang ah, oo, nakita ko na. Sorry na magsalita.
po.
Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat at lalo-lalo sa ating Vice President Inday Sara. Ako po ay nalulungkot actually. I'm very emotional right now na nakikita ko si Attorney Lopez na ginaganito. Nabanggit nga kanina ni Inday Sara, kanina na Locatari Roque, na talagang ito po ay political harassment. Ang ginagawa po ng gobyernong ito kay Attorney Lopez sa atin lahat dito, sa kay Inday Sara, ay ginagawa din nila sa akin. Ititake ko na yung opportunity dahil po ang mga appointee ni Marcos Jr., katulad ni Mel Robles at si Zaldico, ako po ay kinasuhan dito sa Amerika. Ginagamit nila ang pondo ng bayan para ako habulin dito sa Amerika, kahit dito ako nakatira. Dahil lamang sa pagsuporta ko sa taong bayan at sa mga Duterte. So ang tanong ko nga po dahil sa lahat dito, Inday Sara, kay Attorney Lopez, but right now she's suffering, ano? Ano ang endgame ng taong bayan? Kitang-kita na po natin political harassment. They're like a thief in the night na mag-i-issue nitong instruction na ilipat sa Women's Correctional si Attorney Lopez. Sabi nga, actually ongoing yung vlog natin, ano, na hindi po siya convicted, na si Franz Castro ang dapat nandoon at hindi siya nalitis sa kahit anumang hukom. Hindi siya nabigyan ng anyway, wala po siyang kasalanan. So ang punto ko po dito, sobra na. Ako po bilang isang supporter ng bayan, not only sa mga Duterte, 2 years na po tayo nagsasalita dito. Ang Vice President natin hinaharas, ang mga inosenteng tao hinaharas. So ang question ko, kagalang-galang na Vice President Inday Sara, ano po ang endgame ng taong bayan? Sa inyo po kami kumukuha ng lakas para magkaroon pa ng hope ang ating bayan. Kayo po mismo, Vice President, inaatake, hinaharas ng nating kaalyado. Saan kami? Sa yung mga ordinaryong citizen, saan na po lalapit? Lalo na yung mga OFW at nasa Pilipinas po.
Sorry. Sorry, dalawa kasi kaming lawyers working here. Ako yung nasa loob na lawyer, nasa loob ng room, and then there's another lawyer outside of the room. So dalawa kami na nagtatrabaho. So yes. So alam namin na walang trabaho ang House of Representatives pag Friday. And then suddenly, kanina, yun na nga, sinabi niya kung anong nangyari dito na side. Tinawagan niya ako, sabi niya, you need to come because I need a lawyer. So pagdating ko dito, I told them I'm the lawyer. Pumasok ako, and then I read the order. And then while I was reading the first order, another order came in. And then, nakita ko doon sa order nila na parang by unanimous vote, parang ganyan. And then sa akin naman, parang, paano kayo nag-meeting? Wala nga kayong trabaho pag Friday. Sobra kahayahay ninyo ng mga tao. Kaming lahat, sa Office of the Vice President, Monday to Friday ang mga trabaho namin. Sa ibang opisina, Monday to Friday. I'm not saying na bawal yan. But, alam mo yon, that is something that civil service should think about. May mga opisina ng gobyerno, 4 na araw lang pumapasok. Yung iba, 5 araw pumapasok. Nandyan sa daan, sa init, sa ulan, nandun sa bundok, naglalakad, tumatawid ng mga sapa. Monday to Friday, mga government employees. And then we have a House of Representatives. Monday to Thursday lang ang trabaho. the civil
Ah.
service should rethink that. Ganyan. So anyway, wala sila. Wala silang trabaho. So hinahanap ko, where is this special doon sa order? Where is this special committee meeting that happened? Because they need the permission of the majority leader and the speaker. Kasi nga walang trabaho eh. So kailangan nila ng permission. Walang nakalagay doon. So how is that a legal order? Tapos nakalagay pa sa second order nila, I violated security regulations when I visited. Before ako pumupunta dito, pinapa-clear ko yung oras ko. 11 to 1, 4 to 5. Anong security violations ang violate ko dito sa loob? They allow other visitors to come in here. Pero ako, sinabihan ako kanina, hindi ka pwede bumisita dyan sa loob. Doon kayo sa visitor center. Ililipat namin. And then I said no. Sabi ko, sinabi ni Secretary Chua, through that lawyer, I think Attorney Agnes, I don't know if I remember the name correctly right now, na yes, she can visit subject to the guidelines of the detention center. And so anong ginawa ko mali? Basta na lang ba ganon? Sasabihin nyo, I violated security regulations? Ano yun? Wala naman akong 2 baril. Nung sinabi sa akin na hindi ako pwede pumasok, nag-antay ako. Alam mo, binibigyan ko pa ng pasensya yan si Taas ba yan? Kanina eh. Ngayon hindi na. Nagsinungaling pa siya. Na I refused daw to leave last night when I did not even know na pinapaalis ako. Ang sinabi lang sa akin, papatayin ang kuryente. Which I said, okay lang. Kasi may flashlight naman ako. Hindi ko naman kailangan ng kuryente. Tapos kanina sa media, pinapalabas nila na I locked myself doon sa kwarto. Of course, nag-lock ako kasi natutulog na ako. Tapos, what? Bawal ako magstay sa opisina ni Congressman Pulong Duterte. Bakit? Is that government property? I was allowed by the lawful occupant and possessor of that office to stay there, to assist a detainee who is inconsolable right now, na hindi mo na alam kung yung sakit niya sa likod is a heart attack o ano, kasi hindi nila pinapapasok yung doktor. 'Di ba? So yes, hinahanap ko kanina, sabi ko, where is this permission from the speaker na meron kayong committee hearing kanina in the dead of the night to give an order na i-commit doon sa correctional facility. And where is the rule that says kapag may violation sa detention facility ay ililipat sa correctional facility? Ano yun? You make rules as you go along? Ano yun? Di ba dapat sa demokrasya, there's a rule of law? And then they make rules as they go along? Kung ano lang, whatever pleases the speaker, get her out of the House of Representatives kasi hindi siya dapat nandiyan. Bakit? Pagmamayari niyo ba itong compound na ito? And then sasabihin pa nila sa akin na there is a threat to my life inside the batasang pambansa? Why is there a threat to my life? This is the most secured facility because nandito lahat ng mga spoiled brat sa ating bansa. Tapos, sasabihin pa nila, well, pabigat ka sa amin kasi kailangan namin dagdagan ang security mo. Bakit? Trabaho ba nila magbantay sa akin? Eh di ba trabaho ng DPSPG yon? Na may I just say? Binabawasan nila ng binabawasan araw-araw? Na as if this office is not the second highest office in this country, and only because umalis ako sa administration? Kailan ba nagsimula yung atake nila? Alalahanin nyo. Di ba? After ako nag-resign sa DepEd? Kailan ba nagsimula yung pambabastos nila? Last year. After that meeting with the Makabayan Bloc and Martin Romualdez. They started destroying my name, pummeling me in the media with a multi-million PR campaign. Pinastos pa nila ako ng mga pagsisinungaling nila na kesyo taksil, kesyo korap, abusado. Putang ina ninyo. Sino ang korap? Yung mga congressman na yan na nag-hearing, anong sinasabi nila? Pagkatapos, pag na-off na ang mic, pag wala ng media, pasensya na kayo ha. Kailangan kasi namin ng pera. Mag-eleksyon na kasi. Pakisabi kay Sara ha. Hindi ko naman gusto tong ginagawa ko eh. Eh putang ina, hindi mo pala gusto ginagawa mo eh. Bakit mo sinisira pangalan ko? Joel Chua. Ganyan. Ganyan ang bansa. This country is going to hell because we are led by a person who doesn't know how to be a president and who is a liar. Alam nyo anong pruweba ko na sinungaling siya? Tinanong ko, dalawang businessman. Matagal na sa negosyo ng bigas. Because I was concerned. This is a campaign promise. 20 pesos na kilo ng bigas. And so, I really sat down and talked to a businessman. Sabi ko, sabihin mo sa akin, kung magagawa ba yung 20 pesos? Sabi niya, hindi. Napaka-imposibleng gawin yan. Because more than 20 pesos ang cost. Paano ka magbenta ng palugi? So tinanong ko, nagsinungaling ba siya nung sinabi niya? And then he said outright, yes. It's either he did not know what he was talking about, that's so incompetent, or he was lying through his teeth to get the votes of people. Putang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos. Ginigit-git nyo yung mga tao ko dyan sa envelope na yan. Lisa Marcos, naalala mo, nagpadala ka sa akin ng video? Sinabihan mo ako saan kukunin ang pera. Pinakita mo ang muka ng tao doon sa video message mo. She's been working with us for the longest time. We trust her. You sent me written instructions about money. Millions a month. Anong nakalagay doon sa envelope? DepEd. Anong ginawa ko? Binigay ko sa DepEd. Putak na mukha. Wala ka ngang posisyon sa gobyerno, namimigay ka ng pera ng gobyerno eh. Sisirain mo yung tangal ng mga kasama ko sa Office of the Vice President. Sasabihin nyo sa mga tao, nakaw yan, confidential funds yan. Niwala nga kayong isang proof na confidential funds yan. Naniwala lang kayo sa isang babae na ang pangalan ay Gloria Mercado na nagsabi confidential funds yan, na hindi nyo nga nilabas na wala pang confidential funds, meron ng white envelope. Kasi 2022 pa lang, tang ina mo ka, may utos na ng pera sa DepEd. Tapos kami yung nagsisinungaling? Nagpipigil ako eh. Kasi gusto ko lang magtrabaho. Gusto ko lang tapusin nyo na yung ng show ninyo dyan sa House of Representatives para makabalik na kami sa trabaho namin. Tapos ganyan ang gagawin ninyo sa amin dahil hindi kami sumusunod sa inyo? Dahil ayaw na namin tumulong sa inyo? Ganito gagawin ninyo? Presidente ka, may speaker ka na involved sa bribery ng Supreme Court justices. May video, may kaso, may witnesses. Hindi mo tinanggal yung speaker mo. Pinabayaan mo siya abusuhin ang pera ng bayan. Paikot-ikot sa buong bansa, namimigay ng pera na para bang kanya yung pera. Eh di ba nga, lagi niyo sinasabi separation of powers? Anong trabaho ng legislative branch? Gumawa ng batas. Anong ginagawa ni Martin Romualdez? Nagdidirect ng DSWD, namimigay ng ayuda, nagsasabi kung anong bibigay, anong ibibigay, anong gagawin, sino ba ang presidente dito? Alam nyo, alam namin, mali ang ginagawa ninyo. Sinabihan ko lang mga kasama ko sa Office of the Vice President, pasensya na, sumunod na lang tayo para matapos na sila. Tapos ganito ang gagawin ninyo? Alam namin, walang contemptuous doon sa ginawa ni Yusek Lopez. Wala. Lahat ng tanong, sinagot niya. Pumunta siya. Maayos siya kumausap. And then sasabihin ninyo sa amin, bakit kami susulat sa COA? Bakit hindi kami susulat sa COA? Hindi tapos ang appeal namin. Hindi tapos ang audit namin. Tapos buhaghag na ninyo tanan ang gisubmit namo sa COA? Tama ba yun? I have a video of Chairman Gamaliel Cordoba. Sinasabi niya, mali ang ginawa niya. Tama ba yun? Ikaw ba ang auditor? Ikaw ang appeals. Wala pa kaming audit? Sasabihin mo na mali kami? Ang ina ninyo. Hindi pa kayo nakakita ng kalaban na tulad ko. Nagpigil ako na nagpigil. Kasi masama sa bayan. Hindi maganda ang political instability. Pinabayaan ko kayo sirain ng pangalan ko. Kasi I have nothing to lose. Sinira niya na siya. Wala na siyang ikakasira pa. Tapos ganito ang gagawin niyo. Hindi ko alam paano nakakatulog ang Chief of Staff ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Gabi-gabi, mahimbing ang tulog mo. Ganito ang bayan natin. Bilyon ang nawawala. Tanungin nyo si Congressman Ungab, Chairman ng Ways and Means, Chairman ng Appropriations Committee. Tanungin nyo siya, paano nawawala ang pera? Paano nyo ginagel ang pera ng Department of Education? Martin Romualdez. Inattach nyo ang projects na hindi man lang dumaan sa paaralan, sa SDS, sa region, even sa central office. Basta na lang listahan ng mga congressman. 19 billion. Tapos, nung 1 billion na lang ang naiwan sa DepEd, anong ginawa nyo? Kinuha nyo ang 5 billion sa repairs, nilipat nyo para mukhang lumaki ang pera. Martin, nangangampanya tayo. Nakasakay tayo sa eroplano. Magkatabi tayo. Nagrereklamo ka, putang ina ka, walang pera. Kasi, ano sabi mo? Gium-um ni Lisa Marcos o ni BBM ang kwarta. Walang pera sa kampanya kasi hindi nagbibigay si BBM at si Lisa. Ginigipit nila. Kinukuha nila lahat ang pera. Reklamo ka ng reklamo sa akin. Anong sinabi ko sa'yo? Huwag ka mag-alala. Lahat ng gusto tumulong sa akin, ipapadala ko sa iyo. Kunin mo lahat. Nagreklamo ka kay Medi Poblador kasi tumatanggap ng pera. Ano sabi ko sa'yo? Kausapin mo si Medi, kunin mo lahat ng pera. Lahat ng makuha mo na gustong tumulong sa akin, kunin mo. Gastusin mo. Ano sabi ko sa'yo? Pasensya ka na. Wala ka ng pera. Ano sabi mo sa akin? Sabi mo sa akin, okay lang. Pag nanalo kayo, babawiin ko lahat yan. Hindi ko naman alam, ang buong akala ko, babawiin mo sa negosyo mo. Legitimate businessman ka naman eh. Mina, pagsira sa kalikasan, legitimate na pagsira sa kalikasan, negosyo mo. Media, negosyo mo. Ano pa bang mga negosyo ni Martin Romualdez? Sulat niyo yan lahat. Akala ko magninegosyo ka lang. Kasi businessman ka naman. Hindi ko naman alam, binubulsa mo. Ibubulsa mo, kakamkamin mo ang legal na pera at illegal na pera. Tanggap ka sa illegal, tanggap ka sa pogo. Pinaalis nyo lahat ng kompetisyon ninyo, naiwan ang pogo mo. Tanggap ka, pogo. May nagsasabi pa, tumatanggap ka sa smuggling, sa droga. Tapos kuha ka dito sa National Treasury. Akin ito, akin ito. Babawiin ko lahat. Masakit sa akin, Martin, hindi yung pagsira ng pangalan ko eh. Ang masakit sa akin, maalis mo man ako sa presidential race, hindi pa rin ikaw ang presidente, king ina mo. Walang boboto sa'yo. Please lang. Wala. Hindi ka nga dumadaan ng contest eh. Kasi wala kang kalaban sa Tacloban. Kasi binibili mo, pinapakidnap mo, hinaharas mo ang mga kalaban mo. Hindi ka dumaan ng contest. Ang alam mo lang, kasi mayaman ka, bibilhin ko lahat ng tao ng pera. Kay pobre man mong tanan, kwarta na may inyo. There is nothing in you except money. Yan lang. Martin, harapin mo yung katotohanan. Walang puking ina, walang boboto sa'yo. Senador man, Vice President man, walang boboto sa'yo. Hindi ko nga alam kung mananalo ka pa ngayon sa Tacloban eh. Palamang hindi na. Sinong gusto sa lahat sa buong Pilipinas ang ibalik ka sa Kongreso? E di lahat ng tao pupunta yan doon sa Tacloban, mangangampanya yan sa kalaban mo. Kasi magnanakaw ka. Hindi ka dumadaan sa audit. Milyon-milyon, buwan-buwan. Certification lang ng congressman. 1 million, 2 million, pirma lang. Alam nyo, bakit alam ko? Kasi may MA din ako. May MA ako sa DepEd, may MA ako sa OVP. Pero sa amin, sa akin, nire-require ako ng resibo ng COA. Pero alam ko, certification lang ang kailangan. Pero nagko-comply ako. Bigay nyo lahat ng resibo. Pero ikaw, pirma mo lang, hindi mo nga ata pirma yan, pirma lang ng staff mo yan. Milyon-milyon dyan sa Committee on Accounts. Lumalabas ang pera. Pirma nyo lang. Walang nag-audit sa inyo. Sino ang nag-audit ng confidential funds ng Office of the President? Wala. Yan ang Pilipinas. Yan ang bagong Pilipinas. kriminal ang speaker. Bakit ko nasabi kriminal siya? Basahin niyo yung kaso niya sa United States of America. Sinungaling, presidente. Double whammy pa. Hindi lang siya sinungaling. Hindi pa siya marunong maging presidente. Nagpresenta ka na magiging presidente ka. Tapos, hindi ka pala marunong. Sarap-sarap ng kain ninyo, buffet, dyan, dito, sa House of Representatives. Alak, lahat. Lahat ng juice, lahat ng mamahaling wine. Pero yung taong bayan, na pinamisan ninyo ng 20 pesos na rice, yung taong bayan na hindi ninyo pinupuntahan sa mga komunidad nila, ano sabi nila? Asin lang okay na mi, anad naman mi anak. Ganyan ang bayan natin. Okay na lang kami sa asin. Saan ka nakahanap ng bayan na ang tao, because of their hopelessness, because there is no functioning government, umukay na lang sa asin. Buti na nga lang, abogado si Attorney Lopez eh. Kasi alam niya kung ano sasabihin niya doon sa mga pumasok sa kwarto niya. Na take note, nagnakaw pa ng cellphone. Saan ka nakahanap? Papasok ka, nanakawin mo yung cellphone, dadalhin mo pa yung tao. Diba? Princess, you're raising your hand.
Hello? Naririnig po ba ako, Princess Maui?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Good morning po, Madam Vice President. Thank you so much nga po pala sa dala niyong hopya nung hearing na pumunta kayo for PRRD. Kami yung nasa likod niyo po, yung tinawag nilang bastos kasi pumalak pa kami because of Congresswoman Cardema. Ayan. Thank you, ma'am. Nakakain kami. Ako po ay natatakot kumain ng pagkain doon baka mamaya. Ma'am, mag-iingat po kayo. Nasa teritoryo kayo ng kalaban.
Okay lang
Nag-aalala po kami para
ma'am,
sa
kasi
inyo.
sila naman nauna eh. Sila talaga yung bastos eh. You reap
Opo,
what you sow.
Yeah. Mag-iingat po kayo kasi sa dinami-rami po ng inyong mga pasabog ngayong gabi, it seems like marami po talaga kayong alam about them, no? Dahil sa pagkakasama niyo sa kanila during the campaign and during the 2022 elections. Baka po mamaya kasi totoo yung mga naririnig namin or yung, I don't know if it's true, na meron daw silang Operation Romanovs and baka bala kayong ubusin ang inyong pamilya dahil hadlang kayo sa kanilang mga balakin in the future. So mag-iingat po kayo. Kami po kasi kami ng EDSA Friday Group, kami yung bumababa every Friday dyan sa EDSA because we believe yan yung tamang venue sa dinami-rami na ng problema natin. Ang kaya lang naman po namin gawin ay manawagan na bumaba na yan. Ano po kaya ang remedy naman ninyong mga nasa posisyon or ng mga kayang labanan itong napakarami na pong ginagawang korupsyon at krimen laban sa taong bayan? Ano po ang pwede nyo maging remedy para matapos na ito, lalo't nagsisigaw na po ang taong bayan na mag-people power na?
Yes. Huwag kang mag-alala ma'am sa security ko kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako, patayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta at si Martin Romualdez. No joke. No joke. Nagbilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi mo mapatay sila. And then he said yes. So, alam mo ma'am, yan ang lagi kong sinasabi sa Makabayan Law nung mayor pa ako. Ang laban, wala dyan sa EDSA, ma'am. Wala dyan sa mga highway. Ang laban, ma'am, nandun sa loob ng palasyo. Yan ang problema. We appreciate yung expression ninyo ng disgust, ng pagkamuhi, ng hopelessness, kasi it reflects kung ano yung nararamdaman ng marami, milyon. Alam ko yan, ma'am, kasi kahit saan ako pumunta, ako ang sinasabihan, binoto namin yan dahil sinabi mo, iboto namin. So, yes, ma'am. Maraming salamat sa ginagawa ninyo. Dahil sa ginagawa ninyo, I'm sure nakikita yan ng taong bayan, and na-appreciate nila yan. Marami sa ating mga kababayan ang gusto sumali sa inyo. Pero sa sobrang hirap ng buhay ngayon, hindi nila maiwanan yung mga trabaho nila at hanap buhay nila para pumunta sa daan. Bakit sila naghihirap? Bakit? Dahil sa gobyerno. Di ba dapat yung gobyerno natin ang nagpapagaan ng buhay ng tao? Bakit ang gobyerno natin ang nagpapahirap lalo sa tao? Kasi gusto ba nila lagi na lang mahirap ang mga tao para madali mapasunod? May mga lugar kami sa Mindanao na ganyan ang mga politiko. Gusto nila mahirap lahat. Kaya bahugan lang nila ang kwarta. Governor na sila, mayor na sila, congressman na sila. Hanapin niyo, ma'am, yung mga lugar na sobrang hirap sa Mindanao. Tingnan niyo anong gawain ng politiko. Pinapakain lang ng pera ang tao. Binabastos yung kanilang pagkatao. Dahil wala silang pakialam. Yan din yung mga tao na gusto sumama sa inyo, na nakikiisa sa inyo, pero hindi nila maiwanan yung hanap buhay dahil sa pamilya. Madami yan.
Madam Vice?
Damsi, do you have question? Damsi?
Pwede bang ako muna sa Montreal?
Sige, sir.
Madam Vice, I am the GUE sa Canadian Pinoy Radio Montreal, diri sa Montreal. Ma'am, tama gina imong sulti, ma'am. Kay ako, ma'am, gapokus ko sa Kamiging. Grabe gid kayo ang pagdaog-daog nila sa mga tao sa Kamiging. Insakto gid ka, ma'am. Ipangbahugan na nila ang mga tao. Kay balo magikaon sa istorya sa Kamiging. Adlaw-adlaw na ko gibati ko si Romaldo pero gahi pagig kayo. So, manginaot po ko, ma'am, nga apilon mimo sila kay kana imong giistorya tinuod gigna tanan. Nagibahugan ra ni Romaldo ang mga Kamiging nun kay para sunod-sunod ra niya. Daghang salamat.
Yes, sir. Salamat, sir. At binigyan niyo ng example ang taong bayan kung ano yung sinasabi ko because it's happening all over the country. Gusto nila sila lang ang mayaman. Alam niyo ba, sa bentahan ng mga relo ngayon, sino bumibili ng mga relo? 3, 4 at one time? Mga politiko. Mga galamay ng politiko. karamihan mga congressman. Tanong nyo sa mga dealer ng relo, ng mamahaling relo dito sa Pilipinas. Tanong nyo sa mga dealer ng mamahaling kotse sa Pilipinas. Ang mga congressman. Ralph, you're raising your hand.
Hello po, VP. Good evening po. I would like to take this opportunity po to ask po kasi recently po may parang statement si former President Rodrigo Duterte advising you po na kung pwede po is mag-retire ka na po sa politics. Wag ka na po daw umambisyon ng higher position sa maybe 6 years from now, yung presidential elections. Can I get your reaction po regarding this matter?
Yes, oo, darating tayo dyan. Sigurado ako na hindi ako sasali sa politika.
Okay po. Thank you po.
Hindi lang natin alam kung kailan kasi hindi natin alam ang mga plano ng Diyos. I mean, man can only plan, but God's purpose that will prevail. Yes, Dada.
Yes, VP. By the way, nandiyan na po yata yung napakaraming mga pulis para ilipat po yata si attorney sa correctional. Mukhang palaban kayo Mukhang kung halimbawa persahan kukunin si attorney, sasama po ba kayo sa mga putang ina niyan?
Yes, yan yung commitment ko. Lopez. Yan yung commitment ko sa lahat ng OVP person.
Maguguluhan na ako.
Na sasamahan ko sila. Kung ano yung gusto nila, yun yung gagawin namin. So, sasamahan ko sila. Yes sir, nandyan sila sa labas. Pero talaga, totoo. Bakit kayo maglilipat ng tao sa loob ng correctional? Convict ba ito? Accused ba ito siya of a case? Of any case? Ano ba yung correctional facility? Di ba dapat sa mga akusado yon? At sa mga convicted? Di ba dapat kay Franz Castro yon? No. That is something to think about, no? Sa mga mambabatas. Yung pwede ka maging congresswoman, pwede ka maglakad dyan, pending your appeal. Which by the way, pag in-overturn yan, regalo yan ni Martin Romualdez kay Franz Castro. Yes, Ma'am Maharlika, you're raising your hand.
Naka-mute ka, Maharlika.
Naka-mute ka.
Okay. Yeah, dito nga po sa order ng ni Chua na paglipat kay Attorney Lopez sa Women's Correctional na talagang itinaon ng in the middle of the night at para nga pong mayroong kalamidad sa Pilipinas or may national threat. Di po ba BP, ginagawa lang yung mga ganitong urgent order kapag may national threat or disaster, which is kapag meron nga pong disaster sa ating bayan o may mga kalamidad, hindi po umaaksyon ang ating bangag na presidente. At maraming salamat po sa pagmura ninyo dahil talagang it's really music to our ears na ilalabas ng taong bayan yung galit ko, galit naming lahat. Ang katanungan ko po, VP, ano po ang pwedeng legal actions na pwede nating gawin sa ginagawa sa inyo, particularly kay Attorney Lopez, sa kanilang pag-order na ilipat dito sa Women's Correctional na ito, na alam naman ng lahat na may mga abogado nakikinig sa atin, katulad nyo po, ay talagang unconstitutional.
Oh yes, ma'am. Kanina, pumunta sa akin yung Sergeant at Arms doon sa office ni Congressman Pulong Duterte. That was 6 p.m. Sabi niya sa akin, sabihin mo 5 p.m. Sinabihan pa niya ako magsinungaling. That was 6 p.m. Okay? At that time, walang order. So between, sabihin na natin 15 minutes siya doon. 6:15 hanggang 12 midnight, nakapag-gawa siya ng report, nakapag-meeting ang committee. Nasaan yung meeting? Pakita niyo sa akin yung minutes. Pakita niyo sa akin. Sabihin niyo, Zoom. Kahit hindi niyo ma-determine ang quorum sa Zoom, sige, sabihin natin tama yung Zoom. Nasaan ang picture ng Zoom ninyo? Nasaan ang minutes ng meeting ninyo? Nasaan ang pirma ng committee secretary sa minutes ng meeting ninyo para kayo
lalabas kung sakali.
para kayo mag-issue ng order between 6:15, 12 midnight. Yan yung sinasabi ni Atty. Lopez. Walang batas ang Pilipinas ngayon. Wala na. Bastusan siya. Tapos nagagalit sila. Sinasabi nila, spoiled brat ako. Ang problema ninyo, hindi niyo ma-prove ang pagiging spoiled brat ko. Dahil hindi ako nagbago. Simula nung ako ay bata hanggang ngayon. Hindi ako nagbago. Ni walang isang tao makapagsabi doon sa Davao City na spoiled brat ako. Sabihin niyo, corrupt ako? Ako ba yung may bribery case sa mga Supreme Court justices na hindi nahihiya? Wala akong corruption case. Sinasabi ninyo nawawala ang pera dahil may notice of disallowance. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng notice of disallowance doon? Ano ba sinasabi niya? Kulang yung mga papel ninyo. Kasalanan ko ba yan? Galing sa field ang papel. Hindi naman ako ang gumagawa ng papel eh. So ibig sabihin, kasalanan ko kapag yung nag-uusap doon sa kalayo-layong barangay sa Samar, gumagawa sila ng papel na mali, sinasabi ng COA, tapos ako yung nagnakaw ng pera? Yung ina ninyo? Alam mo, ma'am, nagmumura talaga ako na tao. Kaso hindi lang ako nagmumura talaga in public. Dahil ang mga bata nakikinig sa akin. Napapansin ko yan. When I talk, children listen. That is the reason why I don't cuss in public. But it doesn't mean na hindi ako marunong at hindi ako nagmumura. I am doing it for the sake of the country kasi nakikinig yung mga bata sa akin. Hindi sila nakikinig kay Martin Romualdez. Layong hindi sila nakikinig kay BBM. Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam bakit tayo umabot sa ganito. Hindi ko alam bakit umabot yung bansa sa ganito. Yes, ma'am. Sir, Dempsey.
Hi ma'am. Sorry ma'am. Yung nangyari ba ngayon parang may nagkaroon ba ng standoff kanina? I mean, would you say if it was a standoff na kasi apparently parang based dun sa kwento ni Attorney Lopez kanina parang ganun yung nangyari, parang nasa labas daw sila and then parang I'm assuming adrenaline na ni Attorney Lopez na natulak niya yung pangharang dun sa pinto para hindi makapasok. So may ganun po bang nangyari, ma'am? I mean, can you just from your perspective what happened? What's happening now? May standoff po bang nangyayari?
May standoff kami, sir. Nandiyan sila sa labas, nandito kami sa loob. May
Okay
lawyer
po.
kami. Ang game plan namin is may lawyer sa labas and then may
Apa.
lawyer sa loob. And there's a
Okay.
standoff. And then, yes, we expect that they'll break down the door anytime.
Okay po. Sige,
na
ma'am.
namin.
Siguro last on my end, ma'am.
Ma'am,
May we know
may I
how are
interrupt?
you
May I
how are
interrupt
you
for a while?
able to wait lang, JC. Last question lang. Ma'am, may we just know, I mean, for everyone's information lang, how were you able to gain access sa loob ng detention facility at this hour din?
Naglakad ako. She called me. Buti na lang hindi pa ako tulog. Tinawagan niya ako. And then she was crying and crying and crying. Hindi ko siya maintindihan. Umiiyak lang siya ng umiiyak. Hindi ko maintindihan. The mere fact na umiiyak siya ng umiiyak, I knew something was wrong. So, bumaba ako. Pumunta ako. Naglakad ako. Nakita ko lahat ng mga pulis. Nakita ko yung person with the big camera. Person with a small camera. And then sabi ko, where is she? Nobody answered. So dumiretso ako dito sa kwarto. And then kumatok ako. Sabi ko, si Sarah to, papasukin niyo ako. And then she said na, I want you to be my lawyer now. And then I said, okay, sige.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, may I interrupt? I was just informed by some members of the media station here at QCTV Station 6. Napapasok daw dyan ngayon si tatlong sasakyan carrying si PNP Marbil. Sa loob ng detention facility. Ito na nga, tanaw na sa labas.
Yes. Alam nyo, the police can only implement legal orders. Sabihin niyo sa amin, mga congressman, sabihin niyo sa amin, paano naging legal order yan? Hindi nyo nga sinulat that you have the permission to conduct a meeting. Wala nga kayong opisina ngayon. Paano kayo nakagawa ng order from 6:15 to 12 midnight? Sino nagre-respeto kay Marbil ngayon? Yung mismong mga pulis niya, hindi siya nire-respeto. Dahil sinungaling siyang tao. Yes, Ma'am Lorraine, you're raising your hand.
Ma'am, Vice President, good evening.
Sorry,
the-
Mama. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes,
Yung
ma'am.
doktor, yung ambulance, ayaw nila papasukin. Si Marbil, who has nothing to do with this thing here ngayon, papasukin nila. Oh, yan ang tanong namin. Saan ang batas dito? Batas ni Martin Romualdez lang lagi? Yes, Ma'am Lorraine.
Yes. VP, actually, hindi naman bago ito, no? Ang SMNI, kahit ako personally, alam mo yon, we've been on the receiving end of the lawlessness and the impunity of this government. Wala silang pakialam sa batas na. That much is very clear. But what's worrisome is that it's stepping up. Paggrabe ng paggrabe. Kasi kami noon, biro mo kahit ikaw, inaano ka nila, no? Binabangga ka na nila ngayon. And then what's worse now, when I was in detention kasi VP, it wasn't like that, no? Hindi kami ginaganyan. There was no, I didn't feel that they could just suddenly enter my room or anything like that. But now watching Attorney Zuleika, it really breaks my heart, no? And it's worrisome because ano ang tsansa namin ng mga ordinaryong mamamayan kapag ka ikaw, no, kasama mo si Attorney Zuleika ngayon. Ano ang tsansa namin ngayon sa pang-aabuso ng gobyernong ito kung ikaw mismo, 32 million Filipinos voted for you, pero wala silang takot. So yung impunity na yan, it's stepping up and stepping up and stepping up. So I only wanted to bring that up, Ma'am VP, because I don't think it will be beyond them to be carrying you out physically and then it will get worse, di ba? And to put things in perspective again, this happened a long time ago with the father, no? This is a repeat. I'm a martial law baby, so hindi naman ito bago yung nakikita natin ngayon. But the good thing there is to complete the whole story is alam natin kung anong gagawin natin dito. 'Di ba? Nagawa natin, napasipa natin ng isang hindi matino na Pangulo. Pero ngayon, yung tanong ko dito, my first concern now is it stepping up. The impunity, the brazenness, the lawlessness from the legislators themselves, the abuse and the arrogance when it comes to power. No, that's the concern. Kung ikaw ginaganyan kanila, paano pa yung iba?
Wala na kayong papupuntahan, ma'am. Yan lang ang masabi ko. I'm sorry, ma'am. Can I just excuse myself? Kasi sumusuka siya. Dali.
Guys, sorry, magulo yung camera. Ha. Hindi ako marunong. So,
Ano na po
Okay
ang
lang, ma'am. Okay lang po.
no worries, ma'am.
Ma'am
Lorraine,
okay.
Kaya mo na
Sino na
magpusap-usap.
po yung nandyan sa labas ng HOR ngayon?
Siguro magandang tanungin natin si JC kung anong sitwasyon dun sa
Nandiyan na po sila, sila Joey. Marami na rin mga marami na ding mga nandiyan dyan ngayon. No?
Kasi it sounds hindi na maganda kasi biruin mo, chief of police na yung pupunta sa loob. Parang to the highest level na talaga yung gusto nilang mangyari.
Tsaka out of place. Yung sinasabi ni VP, anong papel ni Marbil dyan? Diba? That's what she was saying. That's her
Anong papel?
Kaya
Hindi.
yung wife ko, naalala na yung martial law nung dinampot yung kapatid niya eh.
Tingnan niyo yung nangyayari. Ambulansya hindi pinapapasok, yung pulis inuna pa. Si Marvin pa yan. Ano ba na, hindi naman operative yan. Inuna nila, may health considerations, may healthcare considerations. Si Attorney Lopez, she's sick. Ayan, nagsusuka. Tapos uunahin nila papasukin pulis. Talaga lang.
ang sa media, ang antabayanan nyo, ang tingin ko, baka puwersahin ni Marbil si Attorney Laika. Siyempre, madadamay si
Sino
masasama
bang
talaga.
chief of police nung pinasukan ng JOJC? Hindi ba yan
Yeah.
si Marvin? Hindi ba gawain niya yan?
So yung media, be alert and for coverage.
Ang daming kailangan isulat. Ang daming niyang binigay sa atin. Ang daming binigay ni VP sa atin. She talked about itong mga pera, yung mga monthly dyan, yung mga bakit inuuna ang negosyo ni Speaker Martin. Nagnenegosyo na, speaker pa siya, ang dami-daming pera, ang daming binibili, pero ang daming pera yung nawawala na pera ng bayan. So yun ang kailangan natin tignan. It's the only way people have to understand what is going on.
It's not beyond them to physically, the VP's here. VP, you're nakamute.
Kailangan namin ng doktor. Kanina pa kami nagsasabi, kailangan namin ng doktor because she feels faint. Ngayon, hindi na matigil yung suka.
O ayan.
Sino ba kausapin namin sa bayo ito? Sino?
Hindi pa pinapapasok ng ambulance pa rin?
God, itong bayan na ito. Can you just help us? Sino kakausapin namin dito para papasukin yung mga doktor? Sinabi ko lahat ng doktor papasukin na. Doktor nila, doktor namin, doktor ng Diyos. Antayin pa ba natin mag-collapse ito dito?
Do you have, anong
Kung GMA, wala po ba?
Anong fluids ninyo dyan, VP? Just give her fluids to replace whatever she's losing.
Hurry up.
Ma'am, si Kong GMA po ba? Hindi ba natawagan na po ba and all? Sino po yung other allies natin na congressman?
Marcoleta is another one. I'll try.
Yun na po yung mga allies, pati sila Marcoleta, lahat po ng ally na meron tayo dyan sa Congress, sana kung pwede.
Are there people camping out na sa labas ng HOR? There are? Wow.
Sa Freedom Park.
Okay.
We need to get our allies na congressman then na nandyan. We have
Yes,
to
I
be
think
called.
so. I think so. I
We
think
really
so.
need them, Marcoleta, Cardema, everybody who's still the PDP congressmen who are sana please sana makaano muna sila.